being engaged with us here today. The perception among some is a couple of your questions were unresponsive. I don't mean that unkindly. At the upcoming board meeting that's open, we were told that only a very few people are going to have an opportunity to have their thoughts heard in a 2-minute round, like a game show. Okay, we're going to the lightning round here. And that there would be no answers to any of those questions. To me, that is unresponsive. It's a token to the notion of accountability and being engaged with this organization, with all of us here. It is demeaning in the way that it's perceived. Again, I don't mean to be unkind. I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I can. But I think I reflect the perception that is out there and what a lot of people think. If it were me, I know, not me, I would say at that meeting, if we need to be there for 4 hours after we do our regular business and listen to anyone who wants to come up and talk, and we will take notes, and we will answer to the best of our ability on that dais that day, and get back with you if we don't have the answers, would do one hell of a lot to get us back to where we need to be.
Thank you, Jake. If you have a question, I know you have more to say.
I'm coming.
I promise.
I got a little nervous. Thank you.
Jake, the words you said meant a lot to me personally, and thank you for that. That's why I let you go over, because what I wanted to hear. I was captivated. Thank you. And I hope that this whole group appreciates the fact that someone has come up to me and says, this meeting is running too long, it needs to end. And I said, no, we are going to continue. So I hope this represents a check mark, a green check mark in my column today. So I will take the next person who wants to speak. I think it's Lynn Hudson.
324 Poplar. First of all, I want to be one of those who says, I noticed yesterday at the chat with Charles, there were 7 board members. Eight, excuse me, I stand corrected. 8 board members there. I know last year when I talked with Charles, he said he was working on getting board members to be more visible in the community, and thank you for responding so positively. I do recognize with your commitments that you are making an effort, and I applaud you for your progress. I want to build on what Dan Bucky said about why this is happening at this junction. And although we all love to drive through the gates and leave the wider world behind, the wider world is not a comfortable place to be. We are shut out often in the wider world. And so we bring that frustration with us to Lakeside. So I'm sorry to the board members and to you, Marianne, and the board of this organization, but you are bearing the brunt and the fallout from what's happening in the wider world. And I hope you just say, it's uncomfortable, but we're gonna roll with it. And I like the idea of a forum that is not governed by time or not governed by, well, a looser forum, a more friendly forum. And like Marianne and many of you, I serve on an HOA board. I'm the chair. Well, I got out of there. We're living in Lakeside now. So, but I said I would serve until October, and I'm looking forward to that. If you've served on an HOA board, I suspect you have lots of frustration because people don't come to meetings, but they love to complain. And the nice thing about Lakeside is we do like to complain, but we're also willing to pitch in and help. And one of the things I've noticed about here is the people in the community have themselves, many of them, been on the board. And very talented people, very experienced people. And so I would encourage all of us to think about power sharing more than we have in the past, because we got a lot of people used to giving orders and doing strategic planning in both groups. And I think we need to find a way to work better at that, okay? Leave some egos behind.
Thank you, Lynn. Are there any other comments? Ted?
Just a bit of history. 2 years ago, the board held a community forum in May. There were lots of groans. I took a video of it. It's online if you want to see it. And then we had a community meeting a month later. And there was a petition associated with that community meeting. It's asking for a lot of things that we still haven't gotten. There were 127 signatures on that petition. We got it completed in a couple of hours. We didn't go door to door. I hand-delivered the original copies of those signed petitions to the president of the association board, Jane Anderson, at the time. The date was June the 21st, 2023. I put a cover letter with it. I didn't bring it with me today, but 2 words I've looked at over and over again as recently as yesterday. One was, we, those 127 of us who signed that petition, asking for more involvement with the board. We want to begin a conversation and have a dialogue. You can see the letter. I have it. And I've sent it to many board members. I think all the board members have probably seen it. So today is July the 12th, 2025. That letter has not been acknowledged until this day by the board. Didn't get a letter back from the secretary, didn't hear from Jane. Thank you for your letter, we'll take your concerns under advisement. Instead, in November of that year, I read the August board minutes of 2023, and they're online, you can go look them up. The August board minutes say, under old business on page 4, because I looked at this yesterday, we got this petition, and it was signed by 83 households, because Jane took the 127 signatures and boiled it down to 83 households, whatever it was. And then the next 3 words in the minutes, you can look them up, they're online. No further action. It's there. And instead they said, we're gonna let the LPOA handle this. So Jeff Beach, who was then the president of the LPOA, formed a communications committee. We formed a survey committee. The survey committee went through 25 drafts. The communications committee voted 8-2 not to send out the survey that Jeff Beach wanted sent out and that Ron Yonke wanted sent out. The executive committee voted not to send out a survey to board members as requested by the association board. So 3 of us on that survey committee, myself, Mike Becker, and Jerry Lieberger, were like, well, you know what? The LPOA was given a task by the association. The LPOA has just voted 8-2 not to do a survey. We're going to do a survey. And it seems to me that, again, it's in the interests of all of Lakeside to find out how Lakesiders feel. And, you know, I would just say again that I think everyone would benefit if we listen to each other. And one way to do that is with a survey. But I do get tired of the board saying we're listening to you when I think back to that letter that I hand-delivered to the board president 2 years ago and read in the minutes, we're done with this, no further action.
Thank you, Ted. I see another hand, Rich.
I'm Rich Kellner. What's our address, Mary?
203 Second.
Okay, Ted. Hi, Ted. Put the camera down.
No, I'm recording this. I'm recording this. This is America.
Rich, I have a point of order. He's allowed to videotape his meeting.
So you wonder why there isn't trust in our community? It's because we have a small group of people who take things into their own hand against the advice of their own organization. You were a member of the LPOA. You were given the right to develop a survey by your organization, the LPOA, and you chose not to adhere to their approval. You would agree that they would approve it. They didn't, but you went around them. So that certainly creates a lack of trust. And so all your misses out there with these underhanded suggestions and threats and all that stuff, that can create a little bit of mistrust. How about when you have your community meetings where you're asked to express your level of anger? Are you red, or are you orange, or are you yellow? Are you green? Oh wait, you didn't ask if anybody was green. So I wore a green shirt today for you people. Because you're leading the community down some path as if you've got some consensus of so many people. And I think you perhaps have some private agendas. I know you love this. You love it, Ted. You love it. I think you've got a private agenda, maybe for certain people who are interested in certain kind of leadership. And I'm not sure that's really what this community needs. I think the community, if you would ask the question for a change, how good job is Lakeside doing at fulfilling its mission of providing a welcoming place for all people who can have experiences in education, in culture, in recreation, what's the other? Religion. Oh, religion. Yeah, maybe there are some religious foundations here. So I ask you to look into your hearts and see how well are you people living up to the mission of Lakeside. So thank you for the opportunity to speak today.
Thank you, Rich.
Sorry, Maria.
No apology needed. This is a free forum, and you are a member here. Thank you. More question? I have somebody in the back with a baseball cap.
Hello.
Hi.
It's hard for me to...
What's your name, please?
My name is Bill Buttervine, 456 Vine.
Hi, Bill.
Vine's on Vine. It's hard for me to sit here with all this stuff, but I've known, what I know is the best way to run an organization is to go to meetings and film things so you get a gotcha later, and to second guess everything people do. Second guess it. That makes it hard for the board, the members, to make rational decisions because they know they're under a microscope. It's unfair to them, and honestly, I couldn't decide whether to come to this meeting or not because I'm sick and tired of all this heat. I see people, a group of people standing there cheering. They're happy because of all this stuff, but we got you on that question. We got you on this question. Is this Lakeside or is this some stupid group of people with pitchforks and torches trying to tear down the business? I'm sorry.
Thank you, Bill. Are there any other questions? Larry has his hand up. He's got the mic.
Larry Kisabeth, 526 Sycamore Street. Been here since 1960. If you see me in my golf cart with my grandkids behind us for our mowing projects, that's us. I currently serve on 5 boards. I'm the president of 3 of them. That shows you how smart I am. Leadership is not easy. I was a high school principal for a number of years. Leadership is not easy. And when I talk to any young people going into leadership, I say, you're going to get a lot of crap. When I took my master's degree classes in education, they said the superintendent gets the mortar shots. But the principal, the high school principal, gets the machine gun fire, and that is true. So anybody who goes into leadership, I tell them, make sure you make yourself a good folder, because you'll need to go and look at the good folder every once in a while, because most of the stuff you're going to get is crap. I've been on the LPOA board. I am now in my second year on the association board. I did it because I want to be part of a solution. I remember when the pool went in. I wish Gretchen was here, because I argued with Gretchen and I said, we don't need a pool. That's the worst thing we can do, is build a pool in Lakeside. But guess what? They didn't listen to me. And you know what? Lakeside did it right. We have a beautiful pool. And guess who went to the pool and Gretchen Cologne saw that individual? Right here. Because they did it right and my grandkids love it. When we used to come to LPOA meetings, and I've been coming for a long time, it was always feral cats and skunks. And kids riding bicycles the wrong way on streets. Most of the wrong way do signs is because my brother and I, when we were kids, we're the ones that rode down the lakefront. We're the ones that ran over people at conferences. We're the ones that went the wrong way on a one-way street when the fire department is going the correct way on the street, and we have to get out of the way. I wish we'd get back to that. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Perception is reality. Trust is earned. I can tell you that everybody on the board, and I'm in my second year, everyone on the board has a passion for Lakeside, just as you do. Just as every one of you do. We may see things from different perspectives. I didn't want a pool. But boy, what a nice pool we have, because somebody a little smarter than me said this is the way we need to go. The other thing I'm going to say to you is we all got to go in the same direction. We have different ideas in different ways, but we have to build consensus. We have to move in the same direction. I come to Lakeside to get rid of the crap in the outside world. This is a special place. I make a point to say hello to everybody I see, because we have a Camelot here that we can't afford to lose. So my last point is this. You can have a half a glass of water. You can see it as half full, which I like to do because I like to move forward, or you can see it as half empty. And anybody in here, if you see the glass as half empty, I'm going to give you a smaller cup and you can fill it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. I think we have one final comment here. We have two final comments. Dave, you wanted to be the last, or are you ready to go now? You want to be last, okay. Someone in the back, I don't see who it is.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Carolyn. Yeah, give me your name and address, please.
I'm Carolyn Pedlick, 162 Walnut Avenue. And there is a meanness in Lakeside that I have never, ever felt before. Some of it's coming from the outside, and some of it's coming from Lakeside trying to be somebody we're not. Let's be Lakeside. But I kind of work in the trenches here, and I see a lot. I won't go into any detail here, but anybody that wants to come and spend 15 minutes with me, I have what I see as a very visible example of things that, could help this situation. So anyone on board, anyone in this association, if you want to come and see, I will be glad to show you my impression of what I feel is kind of undermining so much of what the board is trying to do, what the LPOC is trying to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. All right, Dave, I think we're just, I don't see any other hands. Oh, I've got one more. Just a second, Dave. Now you've got me, now I'm curious, what's it gonna be? Just a minute, we've got one more, just before you, okay, go.
Brand Anderson, 435 Beach. So I found it odd that my family's like heavily involved in social media. So they've all joined Talk of Lakeside for entertainment value. So my one ask is, the world is watching us, and the world has easy access to watching us. So let's all try to keep it in the family, solve our problems here. After every one of these meetings, I see people run to Facebook, whether it's Facebook Kiosk, 365, Talk of Lakeside, and they post everything we talk about, decisions that are made, complaints, that all gets posted out there, and that goes outside the gates in a millisecond. And everyone's watching us. So I just want everyone to be mindful about what you're saying here, what the conversations we're having on porches, but quickly running to something that distributes it worldwide in seconds is dangerous, and I think we just need to be mindful and thoughtful about like the conversations we have and where we take them, and then the comments we make on those things.
Thank you. All right, Dave Blank, this is your moment.
This has nothing to do about anything that's been talked about in the last hour. This is about streets. We've begun our neighborhood street meetings. We've had two very, very constructive meetings. There are a couple more which are on the agenda. They are in August. I think August 19th is the next one. Gretchen may be trying to set up another one which is more online. But I would encourage you, particularly if you're in the area which is going to be the phase 1 construction, which is on the eastern side of Lakeside, to make sure you can sign up for those meetings to attend them. Thank you for the people who have hosted those already, the Carlsons and the Johnsons, thank you very much. And there are others who are going to be doing it later in August. Go to the Lakeside Association website, and at the very bottom of the website, there's something called Streets Alert. In the Streets Alert, you can learn when the dates of these meetings are and register for them. We are trying to listen to what people have told us about these, and the things we've been told, we're working on. We don't have the answers yet, but we're working on it. So please attend these meetings, particularly if you're impacted in phase 1 of the project. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. And before I adjourn, I just want to thank you all for maintaining decorum. I'm very proud of this group for taking turns and honoring the 2-minute rule. And I think this was a really good forum today. Raise your hand if you feel this has been productive. There is so much wisdom in this room, and there's so much positive energy in the room, and I hope it's contagious, and I hope we can all take it with us and all do a better job of making this place the place we love the best. And with that, I call for a motion to adjourn. Second. Meeting's adjourned. Have a great day.